Hello, great afternoon, everyone. It is a great day. It is a great day. Bless the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be all the way glad in it. For anybody listening to this replay, thank you so much for listening in on this replay. For those who do not know who I am, my name is Tamika Smith. I empower dreamers to become doers of the world while unapologetically allowing their light to shine in a dark world. And I've written a few books. I've written three so far because there's more. There's more to come this year, to be exact, from myself. And I also serve other clients with my new consulting business uh, called Wordsmith. You see the play on words, Wordsmith Enterprises. And I help other people also push their books out, their book babies out, and assist with marketing as well. So it's a consultation business, and I'm excited for all that God is doing in this year and years to come. So let's talk about this topic today. Enough about me. So listen, I want to talk about the 7 days of love, something that I have set up because I feel like there's so much emphasis, and y'all please feel free to share, to swipe and invite. I am also live on I'm on Periscope. Periscope people, y'all know that Periscope is shutting down on March 31st. So I need y'all to follow me on my YouTube channel, on Facebook, on Instagram. I'm on most of social media. So make sure you do, stay tuned for what's to come. And we want to talk about, the 7 days of love for 2021. And a lot of the times, especially when it comes to singles and relationships, there's so much emphasis on being single and being that uh the 14th, Valentine's Day is thrown in your face. And I've been a successful singer for about a couple years now. I've dated, but I keep my private life private for many reasons. And as being considered single, technically you're single until you're married, but that's my opinion and that's my law anyway. But you can still be in a committed relationship. Let's be all the way clear on that. But as far as singleness goes, society put singles as if it's a curse to be single. And we all know, y'all can comment that that's not even true. It's not a curse to be single. And for those who are feeling like that because of a man-made holiday on the 14th, listen, your singleness season is a great season to be in. And quite honestly, some people just do not want to be with anybody, whether it's by choice, whether they got widowed or whatever the case may be. But it's not a curse at the end of the day either. Your singleness is a time for you to really just pay attention to you, not to be selfish at all, but especially if you have dealt with, just like I have, dealing with, toxic relationships, toxic friendships. It's a great time for you to just take some time to reflect. I know I'm a little ahead of myself, but to reflect on, you know, some of the things that didn't work out for you, some of those things that you could have done better. You can't, as far as abuse, you can't help what happened to you. It happened and you have to move on, but you also have to allow yourself to be processed because of that. And that takes a lot of therapy. That's not a curse word. That can take a lot of reflecting, like I was saying. That could take some journaling. That can take some time for you to heal. Because although people think self-care is just, looking good, it's so much more deeper than that. Self-care is you just taking some time out for yourself. Self-care for me, I can speak for myself, especially lately, it has been simply to get some rest and to sleep. And rest, and don't necessarily always sleep. Just rest and be still and don't do nothing, because there's strength in rest. Just like the Bible, that's my reference. You know, Jesus did his thing and he left. He rested. And sometimes we have to do that. We can't be superheroes for other people. We can't allow ourselves to be demigods for other people, because that could be dangerous territory that you're laying in. As adults, we have to allow other people to be adults too, and not take on too many tasks, and then we're broken down and tired. So today, I just wanted to focus, especially for my singles and anybody. If y'all follow my Glow Up Girl blog, because I am going to be doing some giveaways this week. And yesterday started, that was the little intro yesterday. But up until Sunday, I'm going to be giving things out. And so when I give things out, y'all going to have anyone that signs up and put their email and go to Glow Up Girl. Let me type it in the screen so y'all can see it, and sign up for my newsletter. Y'all will have first dibs on anything that I give out before I release it to the public. But it's up to you to jump on it, because slow feet don't eat. Slow feet doesn't eat. And so all you got to do is go to glowupgirl.com, and that's where you will find the sign up for getting those things that I'm giving away for my 7 days of love challenge that I have created. So I do want to talk about the relationship with you right quick, and I'll share the image in just a little bit, because I really want to go over this, because I think it's really, really important that we just think about our own relationships with ourselves. It's not in a selfish way, it's not in a way to be arrogant or anything like that. But our relationship with ourselves can be one of the most important ones. Why? Because you have the most narrative in your mind because of your thoughts, more than anybody that you talk to on a regular basis are your thoughts in your mind. And you have to make sure that your thoughts are healthy. When God said in third John 1 and 2, beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and your soul prosper. Your soul is your mind, will, and emotions. So you have to get your mind, will, and emotions right. And it brings me to number one. You have to be comfortable in the skin that you're in. And that's going to require you to accept all your flaws, everything, not just the pretty stuff, especially my ladies, the pretty makeup, the bundles, and all that stuff in the pocketbooks. When you get rid of those things, what about you? What about your soul? Is your soul good? When I ask, how are you? How are you doing? Not just the facade of you. How are you doing? If I ask somebody that, that's because I care, right? And another thing, you're not a prize to be won. I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm a catch. I'm a catch. That's cute to be a catch, but you need to let balls be caught. And any relationship that you encounter, it should hold value. Balls can be dropped. I just that's one of the things that irritate me. And another thing that irritate me was from because our words, they're so valuable, is I'm on a fixed income, because the government fixed you on that, because of whatever fixed you on that. Who's to say that somebody can't slip you some dollars, some money? So we have to be mindful of the things that we say out of our mouths, because our words are so powerful. And that brings me to number three. Like I was telling y'all before, you have to take some time to evaluate those relationships, evaluate some things, and that might take some uncovering, just like an onion, uh, with a therapist. Seek therapy. There's nothing wrong with getting therapy. And forgive. Forgiveness is a heavy one, because a lot of people are walking around with unforgiveness. And forgiveness is not necessarily waiting for somebody to say, I'm sorry. because they know they sorry, to be quite honest with you. But their pride won't let them say, I'm sorry. But forgiveness is when you release all that negativity, all that hurt, you release it, and you don't carry that, and you don't carry that burden. And this is something I have written about, I've spoken about for the many years I've been doing this, about forgiveness. And it's something I had to revisit a time or two, because I'm not just one to preach and teach and not apply what I deal with, because I have to deal with that too on different levels, not just on a romantic wise, but on so many levels. But forgiveness is when you are allowing yourself to not harbor ill feelings, to not be consumed by the toxic behavior of other people, and forgiving yourself. When you forgive yourself, that's a powerful thing, because you're letting go of the shame, you're letting go of the guilt, you're letting go of the heartache, you're letting go of restless nights. Because if you sit around and allow yourself to sit in unforgiveness, that's detrimental to your body. Because your mind, ladies and gentlemen, is linked to so many things. Your mind is linked to, it can cause diseases in your body. And this is an actual factual, not just me saying it, not just to be deep and spiritual, but this is a fact. And I do have this on a throwback blog that I've written a few years ago. I got so much content, and y'all gonna get all this repurposed content like y'all been getting. But yeah, glowupgirl.com/forgiveness. And I updated that blog just so y'all can see the article about the effects of you harboring unforgiveness, what it can do to your body, what it can do to your mind. How can it affect your mind? Is linked to depression, is linked to post-traumatic stress disorder. It's not just a person that's in the Navy, the Army, in the military that's dealing with post-traumatic stress. If you have dealt with a traumatic situation, it may not be abuse, it could be rape, it could be betrayal, it could be just so many things that has happened, whether it's on a romantic level, whether it's business wise, whether it's relationship wise, I mean, as far as friendships, whatever the case may be, you have dealt with some kind of situation that has led you to be in a place of, am I going to forgive or am I not? Biblically speaking, we're supposed to forgive immediately. That's what we're supposed to do. But we all know these things called our flesh, our feelings, they hurt me, so I ain't gonna say nothing. They did this, so they ain't gonna play me out like that. We know, y'all know how we do. But we sit in that. And if we sit in that too long, it can be very detrimental to our minds, our bodies. It can cause chronic anger. You can be bitter. It can affect your immune system. You can't sleep at night, all because of somebody that did you wrong. Or you could have did somebody wrong. I'm gonna turn the tables on that. You could have did somebody wrong, and you got to forgive yourself. There's people to this day walking around in unforgiveness, that's somebody 6 feet under dead, but you still holding on to some feelings and emotions that may have happened. Not to say your feelings not valid, but just to put it in perspective for y'all, that's giving somebody else control over you. And that's giving somebody too much freaking control, because you're walking around in unforgiveness. So today, Consider, what areas do you need to forgive? Consider, do I need a therapist? Ask yourself. This is a rhetorical question, so you don't have to comment here. There's nothing wrong with getting a therapist. I'm a strong advocate of therapy. The words that we say to ourselves are very important. The words that we release out into the world, once we release it, we can't get it back. When we say things out of bitterness, out of strife, out of whatever, it can be a very dangerous slope. You can say I'm sorry, but once you put it out there, somebody ain't gonna forget that. Maya Angelou had a quote, and it said, people will forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. How are you making people feel? How are you making people feel? Are you just talking to be talking and talking to reply as society has done to us? Or are you replying with empathy and compassion and trying to understand? You may not understand the situation, but you got empathy. Because empathy, having that quality, that's wealthy, not the bags, because that's shallow and empty. Hashtag bars, okay. But I say that to say, watch what you say. Consider where you need to forgive and think about how whatever has impacted you, how are you going to make a greater impact to yourself, to the people around you that need you the most, and to the world if you want to impact the world, whether it's being a creative, because we see all the time in music, people when they deal with their feelings, that's how they be cathartic with their music, with writing, with creating. That's what we do. So consider some things on today. Have an amazing day. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to talk about Wellness Wednesday. I know I need to have a schedule. It was recommended to have a schedule to keep the people that follow me updated because, I'm working on some stuff. So I'll be back tomorrow morning and I'll put everything out so you guys will be aware of when I'll go live. And you all have an amazing rest of your day. Talk to y'all soon.